of our epic brother-sister road trip, and we are at Bryce Canyon. We did the Navajo Trail to the Peekaboo Loop up to Bryce Point. The highlights of our trip were seeing a bristlecone pine, seeing the peekaboo to view the hoodoos, and then we got an awesome hitchhike ride back to our car. Stop 2 of our epic brother-sister road trip is at Zion National Park. Today we did a very strenuous hike, 5.5 miles up to Angel's Landing, 1,400 feet in elevation climb. Halfway through we got to Contemplation Point, where I started to chicken out because I'm afraid of heights and it gets very, very tough. And I met an awesome guy named Daniel, and Myanmar and Lara were so awesome to help us get up the rest of the way. And the people made it so worth it and so much fun. We stayed together the whole trek, all the way to the top and all the way down, which was a really big feat. So that was our trek today. Zion was pretty awesome. And we had a really cool thing happen where we lost our sunglasses and someone returned them to us at the top of Angel's Landing. So that was pretty awesome, good karma.
Hey, you guys lost your sunglasses.
We did.
You did?
We have them.
We have it.
You do?
You have
yes.
them?
We've been waiting to come across you guys.
Thank you.
Ta-da.
Thank you.
I'm sorry we got it. We didn't know if someone was going to get it or.
They were in a really awkward spot.
Yeah, they're on the bench, right?
Yeah, so I was like, these are gonna disappear.
I'll
Get
do
it,
this.
That's awesome. Thank you for picking them up.
Of course.
On the 3rd stop of our epic brother-sister road trip, we woke up at Lake Powell at Lone Rock for a very awesome sunrise. And then I went to a solo tour at Antelope Canyon, took some really cool pictures. And then we went and saw Horseshoe Bend. And then we really took a lazy day of driving and enjoying ourselves on our way to Monument Valley. We ended up spending the night in Monument Valley because we really wanted to see the sunrise. So we met some really cool people, took some cool pictures, and this morning we are here for the sunrise. And we have a group of naked Mexicans taking pictures on the road. Day 4 of our epic brother-sister road trip. Today we started our trip in Monument Valley. We had spent the night there last night and woke up for the sunrise, which was awesome. And we drove from there to Natural Bridges National Monument, where it was just total silence. We saw some of our first arches, and we were about the only ones there until a busload of 20 5th graders showed up. But we still had a lot of fun. We went on hairpin drive through the mountains to finally get to Canyonlands, which is where we are spending the night tonight. And we are at this awesome little stop we found called the Potholes, and we actually found a hole that has water in it. And so we are camping out here for the sunset and a sunset yoga session. Today on our brother-sister epic road trip, we woke up in Canyonlands after an awesome night of camping under the stars and seeing the Milky Way. And then we came to Moab and drove up to Arches National Park, where we did the Windows hike, and then we did the double arch where Ryan recreated the Indiana Jones scene. And now we are waiting for sunset with our awesome Arches beers at Delicate Arch. This is the last stop of our epic brother-sister road trip. We woke up this morning freezing to see the sunrise through the windows at Arches National Park, and we ended our day at Arches with a hike to see Landscape Arch, which is where we are right now. And after this, we are headed home. This is the highlight reel of our epic brother-sister road trip. We started our trip in Bryce Canyon, and one of the really cool things that happened there, we found a lodge and got to hang out by the fire, edit our photos, and in the morning we scored an awesome continental breakfast. Again, by the fire, we had sausage and eggs and oatmeal and waffles and bacon and eggs, all the works. So that was really cool. It was my first night seeing the Milky Way and the stars and getting to see what a dark sky really looks like. The next day we went to Zion, and that was all about the hike to Angel's Landing. But what made it really special was all the really cool people we met along the way and how we got to score back our sunglasses that we lost. We got them back on the top of the mountain, which was really cool. Then from there we went and stayed the night at Lake Powell. Woke up to an awesome sunrise over the lake, camping on the beach, and then from there we went to Page and Antelope Canyon, where I hiked the canyon by myself, and then we got to take our first showers of the trip, which was $4, but totally worth it. And then we drove up to Monument Valley, where we got to stay the night. Most of our nights we tried to stay in parks for free, so we would go in after hours, and we got to get some really cool shots there of the mittens and again with the stars. We woke up in the morning to get sunrise at Monument Valley, which is the Forrest Gump shot that you see in that movie. All of our trip photos were all about sunset and sunrise. Most of the temperature during our days were a range of 50 degrees. It got up to about 70 when we were in Zion, but it's mostly been an average of 40 to 50. Night temperatures between 15 and 20, so it's been really cold, but there's no crowds at any of the parks, which make it totally worth it. We usually have oatmeal and snacks during the day for breakfast, and lots of water, hot tea, and then for nighttime we do freeze-dried meals with our jet boil. And we've found a lot of free campfires, so we hadn't had to make our own yet, which has been really nice. We usually end our night around 5 o'clock after sunrise. It starts, or sunset, it gets really dark. So we're in the car or in the tent by 6:30, and then just kind of hanging out until about 8 o'clock is when we go to sleep. We get up around 5:36 to get the sunrise, and then we start our day of hiking and driving. At all the national parks that we went to, we used this awesome poncho that I scored out of Candela's closet. She hasn't really used it much, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect for all of these Southwest photos. And the other thing we've been using in our pictures is this really cool Pendleton wool blanket, which we found out is from our grandparents that they got on a trip for their honeymoon in Oregon at the Pendleton wool store, because our grandmother used to sell fabric and she was a Pendleton dealer. And so that's been really cool. We've been really special moments of taking pictures with that and using it in the Southwest. So great memories for Grandma and Grandpa. And then we have been, went to Canyonlands, which was really quiet and serene, and we found a really cool spot by a little puddle really, that we ended up camping out by. So we did some backcountry camping there and saw some really cool stars, and again, an awesome sunrise. We met some cool people from Chicago, and then we made our way up to Arches, and we did the hikes and got to see the windows, double arch, delicate arch for sunset, and this morning we did landscape arch. So this has really been a great trip. No fighting for brother and sister. We have really gotten along. We've been jamming out to music in the car. We've been quoting all of our favorite movie comedies, and just lots of cool inside jokes and stuff going on throughout the trip. So it's been really great. Great trip, no kids. Great time getting a photo tour in and learning some more about landscape photography, and so it's been really great. Bye. Awesome.